the vice president of the IBC, and he is one of the great meditation masters. And he has learned with Bhikku Sangasena and with late Acharya Buddharakkhita. And we are very happy to have you here and to hear now about the role of holy Buddhist relics and its relevance in society, as you recently have had the relic of Buddha and his two disciples in Thailand as well. And I'm sure you are going to go more into detail. Thank you.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Triple Gem, the Supreme Buddha, the Noble Dhamma, and the Holy Sangha. I pay homage to my teacher, Most Venerable Acharya Buddharagita Bada Bantheji. Homage to my Guru Bantheji. Homage to the Holy Sangha here and all my dear brothers and sisters and all the IBC team here. Namo Buddhaya. Now coming to the subject, that is the holy relics of the Supreme Buddha. Uh, First of all, these holy relics are, are not something which have come out of blue. They are another very compassionate, a very compassionate action of our Lord Buddha. When he passed away into Mahaparinibbana, because of his will or determination, out of compassion for the future generations, these the body after it was cremated, the uh, remaining parts have formed into relics. So there are these relics which are, according to our Pali uh, scriptures, there are some relics which were not divided, like the four teeth, canine teeth, two collarbones, and one forehead bone. These seven uh, relics remain as they are, and the other ones divided into different sizes. Very, very interesting. Some are very, very small, tiny size, as small as mustard seeds, like red jasmine buds. Then there are medium-sized relics, like half broken rice, that size, and larger relics, which are um, like grains of green gram, like dal, that big. Now, uh, we have very valuable records and how these relics were formed, and soon after the Mahaparinirvana, uh, many kings and some other people were claimants. They came and demanded these relics, but then by the intervention of one elderly Upasaka Dona, um, they were divided into 8 parts and given to 8 kings and other people. And they took it, they took the holy relics, and these relics were, uh, we also have like how many, um, the amount of these relics were there, quite number of them. That is one part when they took it and enshrined in the stupas. But what happened after that is even more interesting. Most Venerable Kassapa Mahathera, who was the disciple of Lord Buddha, he foresaw that these holy relics, if they remain in these stupas, they will be lost. So to preserve them, he once again goes back to these kings and tells them to give the relics back for him to preserve them. and out of 8, he collects 7 of them, 7 from 7 stupas, and along with King Ajatashatru, they build a very, very strong depository underground uh, in Rajagraha. And he also he visualizes that how in future a king will come by name of Piyadasa, that is Ashoka, and he will be able to spread throughout the world. So that is how this depository stupa was built below the ground, and then these relics remained there. Now, when Ashok Maharaja came, at that time, uh, uh, he built 84,000, as we know, 84,000 monasteries, and he wanted to build stupas, and he asked, where are the relics? And then, as it as our books say, there was one very old monk. I forgot his name. Very old monk. He said, when I was at the age of 8, I became monk, and when I I became Samanera, my teacher took me to some jungle place, I mean, inside the woods, and he told that there are holy relics beneath this earth, and let us worship. That is how I remember somewhere in the woods there is this depository, and we used to worship in olden days. So when that was told, Ashok Maharaja made people to search, and then he found. And when he found it, he opened. And Mahakasapa Thera had even written that in future so and so will come, and he will be able to spread. That is how these holy relics were unearthed, and Ashok Maharaja has built, as we know, it is 4,000 stupas, not only in India, but beyond. So they were spread all around the world. Now, um, the significance of these relics is enormous. As we see, every one of us here sitting, especially from Asia and even from uh, other parts of the world, uh, when when we see a stupa, when we hear about the holy relic, then what do we feel? The immediate feeling is, oh, Lord Buddha is here. Lord Buddha's presence. The very relic means it is the presence of Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha had this Rupakaya and also the Dhammakaya, the Sarira Dhatu, the Rupakaya, though we say he attained Mahaparinibbana and he was cremated, and but the Rupakaya has remained. It is still there in the form of holy dhatus and spread all over the world in thousands and thousands of stupas. And it is said after 5,000 years, all these holy relics will gather under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, and they will form into the body of the Buddha. And even Lord, it is said our Supreme Buddha has willed that a teaching will be given, the last final teaching, but not human beings. At that time, there will be devas to hear it, and then that will be the end of Buddha Shasana in human world here after 5,000 years. So that is one explanation. So whenever we have a holy relic and if we do meditation, it's very, very powerful. When we do puja, it is very powerful. Even Sri Satyanarayan Goenkaji, when he built this grand global Vipassana pagoda, he went around and he got holy relic and enshrined in this stupa. So these stupas uh, are are not only source of wisdom, source of faith, but they are also source of our understanding about the qualities of the Buddha. And then in in uh, uh, in modern times, we have these pilgrimages to the holy places, the holy stupas. Not one or two in India. We have like the Buddha Gaya, the main temple, this Dhamek stupa and the Sanchi stupa, and uh, in South India, we have quite number of them, and in recent times, many of the stupas have been unearthed, and holy relics were taken out, and some of them are still we can pay worship in Hyderabad or in Nagarjun Sagar like that. So now these stupas, uh, when we go there, we automatically try to do this puja and meditation. Yesterday, I had a very interesting discussion. I had a meeting with the Director General of Archaeology, Mr. Rawat, and I requested him in Sarnath, just like in Bodh Gaya, people come all over the world and we would like to offer flowers and other things and do puja, but they don't allow in the gate, they take away everything. And I told him in Anuradhapura and other places, there are so many uh, heritage sites. They are not touched, but yet devotion is practiced. And then he was telling, "Oh, these are heritage sites, and we have to preserve." Then I told him to do puja and meditation is also great heritage that has come alive, not just stones and bricks, but it has come in life. So that also we have to preserve. So he said there are some rules and other things. If they can be modified, then it is possible. So I request IBC to take up this issue. And Dr. Panji was also telling that these holy places need to be made alive again. And these uh, holy relics are also part of our cultural heritage, historical connection. Today, we all over Asia, automatically we connect because of the holy relics and their presence and the stupas all over, and not to talk of how much of peace and unity and compassion they spread. And also the holy relics, because of holy relics, cultural tourism, religious tourism, and they are developed, and because of that local economics are developed, and then influencing education, philosophical thought. So many students are doing a lot of research in our Nalanda University or Gautam Buddha University or in higher Tibetan studies in Sarnath, or many Buddhist universities as well as in Buddhist departments. Um, then these holy places all over the world, especially in Asia, if we see, the atmosphere and the environment is quite uh, different. It is also environmental protection and development, all these things we can say. So, at last, I would like to tell that reviving Buddhism or bringing Buddhism back into life is very much also dependent on our devotion and our practice. Wherever devotion and practice are there, the holy relics increase. That we have seen with our own eyes. Even yesterday, one venerable monk was telling uh, he had few relics. He said, "Oh, Bante, the relics are increasing. The relics are increasing." So this is not an ordinary thing. Wherever practice and devotion are there, these things increase. And I'm very happy to inform you that the coming 15th on Full Moon Day, we are going to consecrate and enshrine the holy relics in a new stupa built near Mysuru.